what we get out of it. This is what we get out of the Burlington Housing Authority, as it is 2 inspections ago. It was stated to me and my landlord to tack the window down. It is called endangerment, as it was stated to Claudia Donovan.
Here's another shot at the black mold at the top. As you can see, there's no caulking at all in the window. The springs are exposed the way they're not supposed to be. The windows move.
The Burlington Housing Authority inspectors stated that these windows do not need to be done, but the place is over 100 years old and these windows need to be replaced. Now, my landlord thinks that he can get away with this because the simple fact is all the written letters of complaints to Nicole Lane were not being given to the inspectors. Now we move over to my wall by my fridge. That is totally illegal for all that to be hooked into the electric box, period. Because the simple fact, Claudia Donovan was stated to on 8/1/13 when she had the other inspector here, Rich, it was stated that my breaker goes if I use my coffee pot and I use my microwave at the same time, which Claudia Donovan stated
or the coffee pot, and what you now see running is the air conditioning unit that is attempting to keep the place cool, lest the windows not being properly installed. So we come over to the living room and we see a window that has now not been in its proper place for the last 2 weeks. This window has been given to Section 8 housing on numerous occasions because they refuse to make the landlord replace the windows
as they're supposed to.
As they're supposed to. And this is what you see. This is a plastic bag to keep the air, the cold air, and whatever rain from coming in the windows, because the landlord refuses to replace the windows as he has been told he needs to do. We are going to take one more look in the bathroom at the shower just to make sure that everybody gets the point of exactly what this shower looks like. There is no caulking along the bottom half of this shower, as you can plainly see. It is now chipping paint as well. We don't know if that is lead paint or not. This shower does pull out. As you can see, I'm pulling on it and it comes right out of the wall. The caulking is no longer there. This handle pulls out. And as you can see, the entire wall moves. This should not look like this. There is also no caulking along the bottom of the shower to keep the water from going out from under the shower and leaking on probably the poor people that are underneath this apartment downstairs.
On top of that, Rich and Claudia Donovan stated that they have no need to have to fix that shower. Get right up here. Claudia Donovan and Rich, when they came in, stated that the shower does not need to be fixed because that's not an endangerment. They had mentioned to me on numerous occasions that they can't make the landlord fix all the things in my apartment, but they're making it to where the landlord doesn't have to fix the apartment, just do everything half-assed.
Now we're going to take a look at the ceiling here. You can tell this is an addition because there is cracks. The wall is now starting, the roof is now starting to pull away from what was probably the main load, a main wall that bears a weight-bearing wall, and it's all cracked up along the ceiling where it's starting to pull apart. When you come right around to the front door, you can see where the door, the ceiling has been shaved away, as you can tell, to allow the door to open. Casey, go ahead and open the door. And you can see right there that it would have scraped, and this is incorrect as well, because this should not be looking like this.
Because the door frame, it needs all new, it needs a whole new door frame, but the Burlington Housing Authority inspectors did not want to do their job correctly. So what happens is they get caught in the wrong, and they state where there's nothing that we can do. That whole door frame is cracked from top to bottom, and as it looks, if you go up a little bit higher, right into the top of the frame itself, that is all the water damage, and on top of that, this door frame is no good, period. As Howard, my landlord, tried shaving this to make it look good. Well, obviously this did not work.
The door now needs to be slammed in order to be closed, and if you look down here, he has also shaved out 2 different spots on the door casing itself where he attempted to try to fix this problem to no avail because it wasn't done correctly. There's also, as you can see here, there is no caulking once again against the casing whatsoever. It is chipping, peeling paint, and we don't know if that's lead paint or not. If you look up here at the top, you can visibly see that the door frame itself is cracked from somebody pounding what looks to be attempted nails, tack nails, to put the stripping back in there. And if you look above the door, just to the outside, it's all cracked and pulling away, and this has also been caused by water damage from the roof.
That the Burlington Housing Authority said is legal.
Along with the ceiling, because it is caving into the door casing above the door, and that's the reason why the door needs to be slammed.
It's called water damage, and Claudia Donovan down at Burlington Housing Authority was forewarned of all this. If you go down my door frame a little bit more, these are the marks of the screwdriver that somebody had broken into my house on 3 occasions and stole over $4,000 worth of goods off of me because it was mentioned to Claudia Donovan and the staff at Section 8 Housing. They said, well, that is not our problem after receiving multiple letters of complaints, and they still choose not to do their job. As you come up to my door outside, you will notice it is rubbing on the beam itself. This is called water damage also. And this is what
should not have to be in there like that. As you can see, it clearly rubs. You can see the spot where it is hit.
And as you go,
if you open this door a little bit, you can also see how it is cracked, where they decide to shave it out. And the door doesn't even open all the way to the wall because it hits right here.
And as you go further up, you will see where all the paper is starting to come off all the way up through. And when you go over to the corner, you can see where the thing is also cracked over there, which this again is all illegal, but Burlington Housing Authority chooses not to do anything. Now, if you go up around
we're going to go down the stairs because we've already gotten enough of that. These are not safe. As you can see, as we are walking down the stairs are all cracked. They attempted to make repairs on the stairs. As you can see, this stair has already been, they attempted to replace it, the side of it, to make it safe, and this is not safe because as you can see, there's a nail sticking out of that. Shouldn't be there like that.
Claudia Donovan's inspector, Richard, came here and stated that there is nothing that needs to be done when it was stated that the whole casing, all the stairs need to be done new. Every single time they come over here, they bypassed anything that they had to do, and they stated this was legal, which that stair was just put in yesterday after Claudia Donovan had me go down her neck over the stairs not being fixed correctly. But when Section 8 comes here on the 28th of August, they're going to state that this is all legal. It was stated to Claudia Donovan and Rich on 8/1/13 that all these stairs are slanted downwards because this is old. All those things that you see, those are all cracks in the stairs and in the frame, seeing that the frame to the stairs has already been ruined and it is now no good.
This is the attempted repair, an external piece of wood put up that the stairs, as you can see, don't even touch when they're up underneath. You can see that the stairs don't touch that piece of wood that they attempted to put on there, at least on that top one anyway. On the top 2, they don't touch the wood that's on there.
That is called...
And these are called sheetrock screws. These are not decking screws. These are sheetrock screws, and this is what was used to attempt the repair of these stairs. As you can see, as you come down these stairs, they are all weather beaten. They are cracked. This is the stair that was replaced, that was also broken, and the screws were put in sideways because the wood underneath them that they are supposed to be screwed to has chunks missing out of it and is rotten. So when we go down the rest of the stairs, you can see that the railing also moves.
If you come over this way, and I don't want to be in this video, if you take the time to look, Rich and Claudia came here on 8/1/2013 as Rich shook the living hell out of this. Standing here with Claudia, as you notice, the rest of the whole stair frame shakes along with it because it is not correctly fixed or done.
And
now,
this is the piece of wood that they attempted to put on the outside of the stair to fix the steps. And as you can see, clearly there is a space where the step that they tried to put back on there only contacts this piece of wood in the very back.
and this is,
Same with the stair above it.
and this is
Doesn't
what
contact this at all, and this is what they call fixed. In my book, this one is needing to be replaced. If you go a little further up to the outside of the first landing, you can see where the wood is now cracking and is just coming right off. You know, there's the piece itself right there, and it is clearly pulled away, and there's still a rusted nail in it.
And it is called endangerment in the wintertime. Now, if you come over this way, Claudia Donovan has received this stair. It was given to her in her office. As you notice, this is cracked. That was already the piece that was broke. They just took that and glued that piece back in. As you come over this way a little bit more, you will see there is a screw right here. This has already been cracked. The landlord said it was fixed. No, it's not fixed. What the landlord did is took a screw and put the screw in there. That whole piece is already cracked all the way up and through here because the stair is old.
Clearly see the pieces that are missing that they attempted to screw things to and put the screws in sideways because the wood they're attempting to screw into is already cracked.
And as you see, the nail up here where my finger is, these are all rusted out nails. And this is the justly correct way to get it fixed. As you go up to this stair, if you go underneath a little bit more, you will see how they did a half-assed job fixing this, because this stair was also missing. That is sitting in the middle of Burlington somewhere. The landlord chose that this is the way they were going to fix the stairs.
And these screws that they used are obviously put in sideways to the back of the step itself because the wood underneath has nothing to be screwed into. There's chunks missing out of it, and this is the way they choose to do it. So overall, what we get is Burlington Section 8 refusing to make the landlord make the necessary repairs to his building to keep this apartment and the stuff on the outside up to code as it states in their own handbook that they are supposed to do. Now, if they'd done their job, this landlord would not be getting any of his rent whatsoever, and they would be forced to make all the necessary repairs from the roof sagging to the stairs being broke, to the windows needing to be replaced, and not to mention paying back this poor person for all the money that he's lost due to people breaking into his apartment.
And on top of that, Section 8 Housing receiving all the letters of complaints that Nicole Lane is not giving to the inspector. So when the inspectors show up, they only have certain things written down on their documentation.
Alright, so this concludes our little lovely video, and we strongly encourage anyone that is on Section 8 not to listen to the people that are running your case when they tell you or attempt to tell you that if you insist on repairs being made to your apartment by your landlord, do not listen to them when they threaten to take you off Section 8 because that is illegal. They cannot take you off this program for wanting the necessary repairs done to your apartment.
As it is, Paul Detman had already sent me a letter threatening me, stating that if I did not stop sending them their illegal documentation, that he would take my voucher away from me because he stated that it is in their documentation for Burlington Housing Authority that we have within all rights to take your voucher for giving us our illegal documentation back to us, seeing that they've already helped out with an illegal eviction at 5727 Shelburne Road, blaming me for doing the damages when I caught them tampering with my paperwork. This is a conclusion of exactly how the Burlington Housing Authority does their work. They receive the documentations of the complaints. They do not give it to the inspectors doing the work, which the inspectors have already seen the paperwork, but they choose not to do their job correctly. Now, I'm stuck with not having a window for the winter. I have damages that need to be repaired, that the inspectors have been up here on more than 4 occasions to see this, along with Claudia Donovan, because Claudia Donovan on 8/1 with her Inspector Rich, that has been coming here not doing his job, stated, I'm afraid that you're going to lose your Section 8. Well, Claudia, take the time to think of the harboring information for the legal aid office as you did prior. That's the reason why you stated that. That's the reason why Paul Detman sent me a letter to threaten me.
Just not just on behalf of Mr. Sears here, is on behalf of every person that is on Section 8 that has the same problems. Do not allow them to bully you. It is their job to make the landlords make these repairs correctly and within a timely manner. They cannot take you off your Section 8 for wanting up-to-code housing as their own program states.
But
So, please do go ahead and do whatever it is you got to do. Get a hold of code enforcement in whatever town that you're living in and insist that they come over and make an inspection of your apartment.
And on one more note, do not try to contact Bill Blanchett down in the Boston office that is supposed to be receiving all these complaints. You can go on Casey Sears' Facebook and look for Bill Blanchett. He is the head office down in Boston that has received a stack of documentation of their illegal documentation sent to him within the past 3 weeks. He has chosen to state to me that there is nothing I can do. We are only here to assist the Burlington Housing Authority for their illegal activities, as I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and he had stated that my breaker had gone 5 times while he was here, and Bill Blanchett stated I gotta go. So that goes to show how the Burlington Housing Authority gets away with doing everything illegal, because even their main office chooses not to crack down on them to see that these apartments are justly taken care of. As it was stated to Claudia Donovan, this is called endangerment. So start bringing it up to the attention of the Burlington Housing Authority or the government that chooses not to do nothing. Sanders' office denied the services to help. So did Leahy's office, because they didn't want to do their job correctly either. So this is how your state and your even just regular people on regular housing without the
aid of Section 8.
Without the aid of Section 8, this is the reason why the landlords get away with what they do, is because your government don't care. They just want to soak you for your money, so that way Section 8 housing can keep getting away with all the illegal activities. I've lost over $240,000 due to the fact when the Burlington Housing Authority got caught tampering with my paperwork. It was all my fault, and I get all these threats.
You know, don't let them threaten you. It is their job to make sure that your apartments are up to housing code standards, and don't let them fool you either, telling you that they cannot make the landlord do their job because they can. They cannot pull rent for not doing it because they can.
Which they've already done to me as
And
is.
they cannot threaten you to take you off Section 8 because that's illegal. Just because you decide that you want to have decent housing that they are supposed to be providing for you. So for today we are done. Please do go on Mr. Sears' Facebook and make your comments known, as Section 8 cannot do anything to you for doing so.
On top of that, the state of Vermont is not pushing the issue of these endangerment issues as you see in my apartment.
We are done for today. It is necessary. We will probably have another posting for you at a later time. Have a great day.
Thank you.